show, Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Hey, Charlie, that's Vanna over here. See you later. Thank you very much. Glad you could join us here. Another edition of Wheel of Fortune.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Wade's Movie World. Okay, so we have some TV news to talk about today, and this one came about a week or so ago. I know I'm late getting to this news, but I did see it when it first came out, and it was news that actually kind of surprised me. I didn't see this coming, and it's news that makes me really, really sad because I've been a fan of this show from now till as long as I can remember, probably 2, maybe 3 years old, and I loved this show then, and I still love the show. So today we're talking about news coming off the set of Wheel of Fortune. Longtime host Pat Sajak is going to be leaving Wheel of Fortune, and I found this article from Today, NBC's Today. It was put on the net by Yahoo, and so here's what it says. Pat Sajak is leaving Wheel of Fortune. Who will take over? Well, we'll probably get to that in the article, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Wheel of Fortune has a tough puzzle to solve. Pat Sajak announced on June 12th on his Twitter that he will be leaving the iconic game show after the upcoming season, which premieres in September. That leaves a void in the show equivalent to a puzzle without the R, S, T, L, N, and E. Jeopardy endured a similar predicament following the death of longtime host Alex Trebek, but that show had a popular contestant, Ken Jennings, in the offing and used a rotation of guest hosts before settling on Jennings and Mayim Bialik. And this came after the original choice, Mike Richards, lost the job. Unlike Jeopardy, though, Wheel of Fortune does not necessarily have contestants familiar to viewers who have become household names, making the task of figuring out who will step in for Sajak harder than solving a puzzle with a J in it. Sajak, 76, joined Wheel of Fortune after original host Chuck Woolery left in December of 1981. Sajak hosted the daytime version until 1989 and has been hosting the evening version since it debuted in 1983. So, who will replace him? And here's an early look at some of the potential candidates. Vanna White, they're saying, is perhaps the most obvious choice. White, who is 66, as much a part of the fabric of Wheel of Fortune as the bonus round. She also filled in for Sajak when he underwent emergency surgery in 2019 for a blocked intestine. White, though, has been on the show for 40 years herself, so how much longer will she remain there, and is she eager to start fresh with a new partner? She's not exactly ready to imagine a show without Sajak. And she says here in this article, quote, I don't even want to think about that. I mean, we're a team, she told People last December. That's depressing. I don't even want to think about it, end quote. And she also goes on to say, I just visualize us being there. I can't think beyond that, she added. The chemistry between White and Sajak is on point and potentially hard to replicate with someone else. I think when Merv Griffin chose both of us 40 and 41 years ago, he saw something between us, a brother-sister type relationship, she told People, and I think that is kind of what it is. He saw that we would be able to get along, and we do. We are like a brother and sister team. Still, she has her supporters. Vanna White for Wheel of Fortune host in 2024, someone tweeted after Sajak revealed his plans to leave the show. With Sajak retiring, the only smart thing to do is to make Vanna White the new host of Wheel of Fortune. Another person tweeted, she's already proven herself as a substitute host. Everybody loves her, and she can provide smooth and unbroken continuity. Then they go on to list some more people. Maggie Sajak. Nepo, baby. Maybe Pat Sajak's daughter is part of the Wheel of Fortune family. When White stepped in to replace her dad in 2019, Maggie Sajak stepped in for White, turning the letters, a role she also took up in May of this year on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. She goes on to say, I have some iconic high heels to fill, Maggie Sajak said on the show, according to USA Today. I hope to make Vanna proud. Maggie Sajak literally grew up on the game show too, spending time on the set since she was a year old, according to the Wheel of Fortune website. She also worked as the show's social correspondent since 2021, producing behind-the-scenes moments and interviews with players and celebrities. She's certainly familiar with the ins and outs of the show. And while some people like the idea of White replacing Pat Sajak and Maggie Sajak taking over for White, the younger Sajak has a legion of people who want her to replace her father. There's only one person I want as the new host of Wheel of Fortune, and that is Maggie Sajak, one fan tweeted. At Maggie Sajak, you have my vote to replace your dad on Wheel of Fortune, another person tweeted. There's a list of other possible hosts, and it runs deep. Ryan Seacrest, Wayne Brady, and Steve Harvey are just some of the other names being handed about on Twitter. Whoever lands the plum job will not be the first to take over a high-profile game show hosting gig. Long before Jennings and Bielek took over for Trebek on Jeopardy! Drew Carey took the reins from Bob Barker on The Price is Right in 2007, following Barker's long run on the beloved show, with Barker sharing some simple wisdom about how to do the show. He said, "Make the show your own and don't try to copy me." Carey told Larry King Live about the advice Barker gave him. And that's all this article has to say. So, yeah, this news kind of makes me sad because, like I said, I grew up watching that show. Loved that show. I mean, was obsessed with that show for the longest time. I still am to this day, but I don't watch it as much as I used to. It's going to be different when Sajak leaves. Part of my heart will go with him because I grew up with this guy. Just like I grew up with Vanna turning the letters. In fact, I love the game so much that once I turned 18, I sent God knows how many applications to Wheel of Fortune to actually be a contestant on the show. Never got a reply back or was never contacted to be on the show, but damn, now I really want to be, just to have one final run to maybe be on the show before Pat leaves, because if I'm on the game show, I would want it to be him being the host and Vanna turning the letters. So this hits me hard. This is a hard one to swallow, but I know change is inevitable in anything and everything in life. Change is always something I've had a hard time with my entire life, but we just do what we got to do and move on, I guess. So how do you guys feel about Pat Sajak leaving the show? Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you glad? Who do you think should take his shoes? I didn't know his daughter Maggie was kind of in the running for it, but as much as I enjoy Vanna turning the letters, I say give the hosting gig to her and let Maggie Sajak take over for her and turning or touching the letters or whatnot. Because it would still be, part of the family. Even though Pat's gone, the Sajak and White families are still, connected on the show. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents anyway. Pat, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video or not, but I grew up with you, man. Loved you. I'm going to miss you. And I hope Vanna sticks around for a little while, especially if Maggie Sajak comes on board. I think you and her would be great together. And, I'll continue to watch when I can. So, anyway. Okay, that's it for this video. I will say thank you all so much for watching. Good night. God bless. I love all of you. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. And to Pat Sajak, thank you for so many seasons of greatness on Wheel of Fortune. We're going to miss you. Bye-bye.
The category is thing. And then, actually, I'm going to start it with a final spin. Then I'll ask you to give me a letter. Puzzle up. 3 seconds of solid. Vowels worth nothing. Consonants worth. We'll add 1,000 to that. $6,000. And Becca, we start with you. Let's have a letter.
T.
3 T's. Again, the category is thing, and I'm guessing it's a little early in this. So if you have anyone you might say hi to. Doug.
S.
No, there's no S. Leo?
N.
2 N's. A lot of money already on here. Becca.
H.
No H. Doug.
B.
No B. Yoga.
L.
2 L's. Ooh. 24 grand. Thing. Becca.
R.
3 R's. $36,000. Thing. Doug.
M.
M. One of them. Yeah, that's okay. There's no money for vowels, but there are 2 A's, and that means you get some more information and you get some time. 3 seconds when Vanna clears out. Thing. Becca, a letter.
C.
All right, let him come up. 3 C's. You have a lot of money. I won't tell you how much, but I will ask you what this puzzle is.
Contemporary art collection.
You got it!
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
I'm just
$54,000 that round, $61,000 altogether. Wow! And she's taking a wild card to the bonus round. Hold on to that. Can I leave you for a moment?